And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I have been teasing, processing, getting this video ready for everybody, but we are finally here. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. See if I can't. Oop, you have to work with me, guys. I'm trying to get this situated here to the best of my ability. As long as you guys can see that. I'm over here in the corner. Hello. And we're going to get right to it. So, as the video stated, I'm right here. Hello. As you guys can really see in the picture, today is the day we are finally going to be doing Power of Grayskull number 3, and we will be talking about play sets. Now I know not revealed. I know I talked about this guy in a separate video on Power of Grayskull. I believe number two, I believe. And yeah, we're gonna start off with Castle Grayskull because I have a lot more extra bits to Grayskull, and also the boxes on the wall. So if you guys can't, it's not. I don't have it with me here. I do have the other box. Did wait? Hang on. We moving again? We are. Okay, cool. Um, sorry. This is a different setup for this. And so, but yeah, here we go. I want to make sure you guys can see all of it. That's better. Okay, and when we get higher, I'll raise the camera up. But we're going to start off with this guy right here. This is Origins Grayskull. This is the first plate I've ever bought. And yeah, and there's nothing really else to say. This thing's awesome. I know some people have critiques about it. I completely understand your critiques, but I love this thing. This thing is incredible. And we're talking about other little things here. So before we actually start with him, we're gonna go over some of these pieces over here because I have not talked about them in any videos yet as of the moment. So I did do a summer haul series, and some of these figures did show up in the summer haul, but I don't believe this did. So I finally have the Talon Fighter in Point Dread. So here he is. I love the jewel in the eye. I think the dish looks great. You can remove the handle if you want a little bit more better for flying and such. The cockpit can open up. It holds two figures. You got really good sticker detail going on inside, and you can remove the dish, and that can be where you place the new turret feature that comes with this one, which is pretty cool. But for me, I'm all about staying true to classic version. So, and a nice pop goes right there. And with this, I mean, it's Point Dread. I mean, it's a Talon Fighter. So obvious you need Point Dread. So here's Point Dread, but it also comes with a second base that you can connect this to. There's a port right here, and there's a post. There's a post and a port. You match them up. You gotta find the right spot here because it'll just maneuver its way on. There we go. So then you get that, and then there are posts up top, and there are ports at the bottom of the Talon Fighter. So you gotta find a way. There we go, and that sits right there just fine. And we can also remove Point Dread, so set it to the side, and you can put the turret here. It's like a little battle station. And on the inside, there are some sticker detailing and some molded stuff as well. That looks really good. And we'll bring in. Ah, oh, man. A lot going on here. Did she drop her staff? Or is her staff still on the table? It's here. I know it's here. But we can take a character like, our He-Man here, and we can set him up behind the turret to look like he's manning the turret and stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and just remove all the weapons here because it'll just be easier to function with. So, and I've found a way that if you use two gripping hands, that he will grab onto the sides of the turret. So it actually looks like he's actually using the turret, which is pretty cool. So yeah, And this is a custom version for He-Man. I'm using the battle damaged head on the body along with well, I thought I was using the battle damaged legs, but I guess I'm not. I guess they're still on my other He-Man. But so yeah, so he's got like the little blood here on the side on the cheek. Yeah, my He-Man. And so there's that. And if you want to see how this looks atop of Grayskull, so let me remove the perch here real quick. Set that up down, and we'll bring in the big boy. We're gonna raise the camera up. So again, there is this little clip system here on the bottom that'll just fit perfectly there. And then again, post port, line it up, and bam. There you have the full effect. Let me scoot it back here so you can see it. There you have the full effect of the Point Dread and the Talon Fighter on Snake Mountain, on Castle Grayskull. So I think that looks great. So the set overall, just regarding the Talon Fighter Point Dread set, I really like it. They gave us nice extra accoutrement with this, adding in, this extra spare base at the bottom, giving us the extra turret if we want. I really like the set. So that's Talon Fighter Point Dread. We will be seeing this again a little bit later, but we're gonna set this off to the side. So we're gonna get all that out of the way. And I found our snake staff. Yay! So the other thing I want to discuss also is, well, not the Roton, obviously, but there's the Roton. But is the base that comes with the Wind Raider. Obviously, if you've seen these before, these can come off, so this then becomes pointless. However, the port system is the same atop Castle Grayskull, so you can, in theory, just use the base of Wind Raider as your display, because there is the same port on the bottom of the Talon Fighter, so you can. You have to remove this piece, and I'll just remove this to show this. So like I said, there's the connector, and then there's a peg right there. So now you can like rotate this and set it up here like that if you want. I think the other way is better for this one, but that's just me. So what I think this is better for is on this side. This will actually scoot back all the way, and you got to find basically where you plug in the laser turret. It'll there we go. So it'll plug in like that. So now you can take like your Wind Raider, and there you go. Now you got the Wind Raider coming off of Grayskull, which is cool. We'll get that out of the way. This is my unfortunate defective Point Dread. Not Point Dread. Please get your names right. Watch. It doesn't like to stay clicked in, so that's kind of frustrating. But there's one of my Wind Raiders. I have two. So we'll set the Wind Raider down here. If I'm going fast, I apologize. There's just a lot to get through today. Okay, so now we're back with just big guy here in the front. So we'll set him here to the back. Move all of the stuff that I don't need. Put it here because I have the room. There you go. Set this down here. So on top of all this, I do have the Spirits of Grayskull pack that I talked about in one of the summer videos. So here is the suit of armor, the Spirit of Grayskull, the extra pieces inside. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get right into it. This looks so much better on camera than it does in person. I think it brings out the black lining here a lot better on Grayskull. But again, I think Grayskull looks absolutely fantastic. In original promo images back in 2020, they said that or 2021. It was one of the two. It was either 2020 or 2021. They said that there'd be a lot of speckling on here, and like if I bring the camera in closer, I mean you can really not tell if there's any speckling on here at all. So I mean, like it looks fine. Oh lordy, there we go. Is it looking? That's better. Okay, bring it down just a little. There we go. But like the speckling really isn't that noticeable on it. Rotate here to the back. There's the back of it with extra brown paint on these roofs that was not on the original. I do not have my original Castle Grayskull, unfortunately, to do some comparison to. Pixel Dan, I will always recommend from his master stuff. Does a fantastic unboxing and review of this playset. So definitely go watch those. He gets more in like the nitty gritty of the original versus this, what he thinks of both sides. And I agree with him on one point of that. This looks too asymmetrical. Like I really liked how the original Grayskull was definitely more, ergonomic and looked more like alive in a way. This looks fine. Like for me, like this is the Castle Grayskull that, I'll grow up with here for the majority of this line. So like for me, like this looks fine. Like I'm not gonna really say anything. So on the side here, we'll turn it to the side. You have these latches that you just do that and you do that. And that gives you the opportunity to open up this bad boy. So a lot of pieces in here, and we'll go over everything that comes with it, including the Mysteries of Grayskull stuff. Get all this out of the way. There is one piece I have omitted from talking about for within this set, and I will talk about it later. I don't think it works that well, in my opinion. But when you get everything out of the box, this is what you're kind of left with after you put everything together. You have to put in the elevator, the four wood pieces. You got to put the stickers on, which I'm glad the other one does not make you do. Nothing of mine teared or anything, which is always good. But here is the opening to Castle Grayskull. You have your flags, which there is another one. Yeah, it's right here. Bring it down. These are like an actual like vinyl soft material, so these are actually like nice. If we get the chair here, that can pop off. My sticker looks pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie, makes me feel good. It actually doesn't look that terrible. And again, this keys in a certain way, so then you just there you go, and that'll do that. So then you have your throne. You have this little bat here that raises and lowers this elevator. You have the computer here. You have a little bit of dial over here. Now, you can fit your suit of armor. There is a peg right here where my pinky is over there. And you can put the spacesuit's foot there and back it up just a little bit. And it looks good, but I understand now why they're using cardboard and that plastic like flat version of it on the classics one. It's cool to have the actual figure, don't get me wrong, but the peg is too far, and so you kind of have to like push the suit up against the wall. So like it looks fine, but I am treating this as it is supposed to be, which is the action figure that can have the helmet remove. So if we do this, you can throw the helmet, and the helmet's removable. So you can, in theory, if you take like He-Man's head here, He-Man's head can go on the body, and now it's like He-Man has the spacesuit, which is pretty cool. And then, like when he's going into space, you can put back on the helmet and then plug in the breathing tube to it. And then you'll have that going on. So again, cool stuff. I like that. So this is definitely more figure than display thing for me. So the other pieces of Mystery of Grayskull are obviously it's fine. We also have the Grayskull spirit, and it's got the same peg as the blaster and the flag, and it'll just plug in right here up top, as you can see. And again, looks really good. Bring it back down here to this side. So again, pretty cool. I think it looks good. I know people gave this thing a lot of crap. I think it actually looks pretty good, and I like the rubbery materials. It looks creepy. So here is the debate piece of Mysteries of Grayskull, the Dungeon Grate. Now, in theory, it's supposed to go right here. That's as far as it goes. And from the side, it doesn't look great either. So, like in theory, it's supposed to go right here, but it also covers up that dungeon sticker. And like, say I'm going to bring in Skeletor here as my example. So if we stand Skeletor here on the trap door, when you let it go, it doesn't really do anything. Like even if you open this up, it doesn't really work. I wish this had the peg system that Snake Mountain has, because then you can like put a figure in there pegged out and like them like protruding out. I think that would have been cooler. But you know, alas is alas. There are multiple pegs around this thing. Like you have one here on the elevator. You have some up top. You have one here. You have one here, and you have one here. So that's in total of 5 pegs for your figures to stand on any area of there. You have the eagle rack to hold weapons. This is currently holding my pink version of the power sword. So that's that, and that traditionally is sitting right here behind the throne. That's where I have it. You also have the other weapons rack that has the blaster, Scareglow's lance. You have a mace weapon, and you have the tiny sword that the skeleton warriors and the weapons rack of Snake Mountain come with all together. I said this in my reviews, not my reviews, my looks out of the other figures. I will say this again. I love these blasters, but the figures can't hold them, and it's super frustrating. But they just have a peg on the back, and you can just peg it there. And for me, like I have this right there. So we'll bring the camera up a little bit. Have it like that. There we go. Next, you have the trainee dummy that when they're fighting it like go back and forth. This goes here on the side. And then you have your flag for like bad or good. And then that goes here on this peg up top. You have your laser turret that has handles on the back that they can use to fire, it can go up and down, peg, port, on. And then, of course, you have the iconic ladder to get around. And there are 2 spots. If we open this up just a little bit more, there are 2 slots right here with these angles. You just put in and boom, a ladder. You can also put the ladder right here if you'd like. I think it works better right here. But yeah, that's Castle Grayskull. Showing off the elevator feature again. Put your figure's foot on the port, and then you raise the guy up, and then when he's done, you can toss him back down. The pegs, the feet are the biggest issue on these guys. Like I love these figures, but they don't really know how to hold their weight on their ankles. So like when you put them on the peg, they just kind of went, fall flat. Vehicle wise, here it is with the roton, with the Point Dread Talon Fighter set, and it looks good, man. It looks real good. I think the sets all work really well, and the green matches really well with Grayskull. Other figure wise, here we have our floater. Here's Orko, which again I think looks great. Now, I am curious. Nah, no, not have to worry about that anymore. Put that back on. But there's Orko with it, and obviously you guys have seen the spacesuit with it. He-Man, and like he can sit on the throne. I mean, if you want him to, but it doesn't work. They give you pegs at the bottom that you can plug their feet into, but again, it doesn't work. I think the other one does the throne a lot better. I think that works better for other figures, but all in all, Grayskull. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But we're gonna get all of this out of the way. Get this out of the way. I'm gonna put you over there. Move you out of the way. We're gonna put you down there. We're gonna put you down there. And to put everything away is super simple. For me, I do this. I take this. That'll go right there. The ladder can go right behind the elevator, and then this guy can go right there, and then all it is a simple 1, 2, 3. Oh well, hang on, it's not being my simple 1, 2, 3. There we go. Do that. Take your latches, and boom, you're back to here. Now here is the other feature, like obviously like it's one of the main features. Excuse me. You can take your power sword, and that unlocks your drawbridge. And then it locks back in place. So again, you slot it in, move it to the left, bring it down, and there you go. Very efficient. But now we will move Mr. Grayskull to the side. We will do a comparison here in a little bit, but now we are on to this big guy right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the box art for Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain. And I have so many things to say. I love this thing and have issue with it all at the same time. This looks incredible. The features here are great. Execution on a couple of them is hit or miss. But here we have the box art on the back, displaying your Snake Mountain with your multiple figures here. We have, Talon Fighter Point Dread. We have Mechanic with the Ground Ripper. We have Fisto, Stridor, the Skeleton Warrior, Slamurai Mossman, Frogmonger. Manny faces the exclusive version, Screech, Tongue Lasher, King Hiss, Ratlore, Triclops Mini Comics version, Thunder Punch He-Man, and Dragon Blaster Skeletor. And yeah, that looks great. It looks awesome. So to move that out of the way, here, oh good lord, definitely gonna have to spruce this up. There we go. That works. Here is Snake Mountain, and we're gonna go ahead and do this to give you guys the full effect. So you can close it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this off the side secretly so you guys can't see anything. I mainly need that. So we can open this up. So it'll look like that. Now I can bring the camera down because it looks a little bit better. There we go. We'll bring the snake down so you guys can see it. There it is. I'll bring the camera up a little bit here so you guys can see what it looks like. So here is Snake Mountain. But to complete it, we need this, which is the bridge. It'll just lip in here. So you want to find the spot for one side. There are slots. You slot it in on one side, slot it in on the other, and boom. Here is our Masters of the Universe Origin Snake Mountain. And yeah, no, this thing's awesome. This thing is so cool. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. So we're going to move it here to this side. We'll focus on one side at a time. So here is the monster face side of Snake Mountain. You have your wolf head that was the microphone. It can rotate. You do have the opening closing feature here on the mouth. You do have the shackles, and how the shackles work is you take one of your figures, you remove their hands, you come over here, and you place the shackle over where their hand would be. You then take your figure's hand, plug it back in, do the same thing on this side. Sorry. And then you would bring their hands out like this. And there you go. He-Man is now trapped. So we'll leave He-Man there. You have a little stairway that goes up, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pegs on the side to really like bring this to life and put figures around. Now we're going to bring it here to the middle with the bridge, and it's still too small. I know it's a complaint with regular Snake Mountain, and it's a complaint here with Origins, and it was also a complaint with Super 7's Castle Grayskull. It's just too small. It need to go out just like a hair, just like another like inch out, and I think it would have been fine. And you can use the pegs on here, and like they'll stand, but it doesn't. Yeah, you win some, you lose some, so it kind of sort of works. And as we move over here to this side of the castle, we have our little rubber bush here that you can push through and enter Snake Mountain from that side. Again, we have the stairwell. We also have the snake. So we're going to bring the camera up here. Here is your snake, and it's ball jointed. Hi. So you have your rotation joint here on the side. You also have one right here at the base of the neck, and then there's a ball joint here at the head, along with an articulated jaw. So in theory, what you're supposed to be able to do is go like this, like from the side, and it's supposed to like be able to let me use Tila here as the example. We'll peg her in so she'll stay. There we go. So you're supposed to be able to do that, and then use the snake to grab your figure. And now, oh no, he's got Tila. It works actually, huh? If you just angle the snake right, it actually works. So then you can flail it around, and when he's done, bring her up and just drop her. So like it works. You just got to find a way to finagle it. And then of course you have the wolf head. Get out of the way. You have the wolf head right here. And I love this. If you bring it out, it clicks. So like it won't move. So then you have to click it back. You can also click it that way, which leads come here. Which leads to which leads to us going into the interior of Snake Mountain. But I have to get some stuff out here real quick, so we're gonna rotate this way. Bring this down. And then open this, get this out. Oh, that's nice. It actually just came out with it. We're going to remove you. And we'll remove these guys. And we'll remove the spider. I mean, what spider? Oh. But then we'll rotate here into the inside. And here is your interior for your Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain playset, which I can honestly tell you is infinitely better than the interior of the original. I can guarantee you that much. You can rotate the head here. There we go. So from the inside, if we rotate this, we'll bring the chair out. And we'll look like, like, oh no, Tila made it inside. Whatever shall they do? She just drops. But oh no, she made it inside. Whatever's going to happen. Oh no. Stand, Tila. Stand. Here. You're not working with me. Orko. You'll be fun. Okay. So here he is. For some odd reason, Orko made it into Snake Mountain. But that triggered the trap. Oh no, he got captured. So then you bring this back up. You press the button here. And now lock that into place. He's now in a jail. It's not a net this time. So what you can do then, if you look down here, there's these rails over here on the back. You can actually pull out your rail. And you have to line it up correctly here. Like that. And boom. Now, Orko, let me set him up here. Like that. Orko is now trapped. He has been captured. And now, all of a sudden, Tila comes through and she falls in. And if you look at the peg at the bottom, oh no. Tila fell into a slime pit. Oh no. Be like, oh no. But there's no need to fear. He-Man survived, got out of his shackles. He is now ready to take on Skeletor and his evil forces. And oh no, he falls. Now they're stuck in a pool with Orko looking at him like, thanks for the help. Not. So if we come over here, now, maniacally laughing from atop, you can put this here. Find the, there we go. Take your Skelly, set him like that, with his head looking up. Now Skeletor's like, Scareglow, it clearly sees that your weapon worked, and now they're captured. That's cool. And then you can take your ladder here and put it right here to be like someone's trying to escape. You also have your own little, really kind of dinky weapons rack that comes with a bunch of green weapons. We'll put here. You also get some more monsters. You get the dragon and the moat monster from the sticker. And if you look behind here, I'll move the ladder. If you look behind Tila, you can actually port these guys onto there. So now you got some moat monsters going. And you have this little rock that you can put in there as well. So like we can put it right here. Like next little rock. I don't know. And then wow, man, your glowing feature's good. It's just really impressive. So we'll put him off. But then you also get Spider here, which Spider was creepy. He'll get you. He'll get you. He'll get you. And there are multiple places. There are pegs throughout Snake Mountain to put them in. I have them here up top. Up top right here. You can just peg them with that hole right here. It's not the easiest thing to do, but you just gotta find the hole. I did this before. There we go. So you can either have them hanging right there, or you can have them hanging right there. And what's supposed to happen is you can peg them into here, and he's supposed to be able to rotate the wolf head, but there is just not enough traction to actually rotate it. So you have to physically rotate it. So that kind of sort of not really works. So there's that. You threw your weapons rack. Good job, Bonehead. Put you back in here. We're going to do this. Okay. We're getting through this relatively quickly, which is nice. So we're going to put Grayskull right here on the side. And here are your two play sets together, and they are incredible together. They really are. The halberds are really is the same color green, but having the figures on here, really brings these to life, and it adds more to it for me. And like having Evil Lynn standing on the side next to Skeletor, come on. Let me get a good shot here before it rotates over to me. I mean, it looks so cool having everybody together, Orko trapped. It looks great. And it and Grayskull look fantastic together. They really do. So, what are my final thoughts on the Masters of the Universe Origin playsets that we currently have? As of right now, we are only missing one playset, and that would be Eternia. So, to bring this back to here, to where you guys usually see. Hi, I'm over here. It is hot. I really didn't really plan that fan out all the way. So, there's not really much to say. I have now been collecting Masters of the Universe toys since 2020, since they initially were revealed. And I can solemnly say that with the acquirement of Orko, the Talon Fighter, and the Point Dread, the Spirits of Grayskull pack, Scareglow, Manny Faces, Trapjaw, all these guys, like it truly feels complete. Like I am now missing Spikor and She-Ra from the main bunch. King Randor as well, but I am only missing those three from the main characters of the characters I want to collect. And it feels nice. Like I have been collecting this line for almost 3 years, and it feels rewarding. Like I got the big pieces. I got I have every vehicle for the line. I have almost every non He-Man Skeletor version deluxe figure. I have almost all of the main figures now, and minus the Snake Men. And I know people are going to be saying in the chat or whenever I talk about this, like, so aren't you going to get the Snake Men? I still haven't thought about it. Like, Do I want to get the Snake Men? Not really. I never was never really interested in that sub part of Masters. Like I know Snake Mountain, Snake Men make sense, but when I think of Snake Mountain, I think of Skeletor and his crew, and it doesn't feel like I need to get the Snake Men in order to complete that part of the equation. So no, I don't know. I going into 2024, maybe I just have that itch to continue collecting Master stuff, and maybe I'll do it then. But for me, I have, I hit the moment. Like I now have everything I want minus 3 figures, and that's good. It's weird. I didn't think I'd finish this line, let alone get some of the pieces that I did. Mysteries of Grayskull, I thought was going to be alluded to for years on years, but I wasn't. I got it. Trapjaw, Manny Faces, Orko, and who's all in that wave? It's Trapjaw, Manny Faces, Orko. There's one more, and Scareglow. I never thought I'd see Wave 2 ever, and I slowly saw it from the beginning of this year. Every like 2 or 3 months, I got an extra figure from Wave 2 to finish it off with Orko. To me, is just the icing on the cake. This figure right here to me is the icing on the cake for this set because I never thought I would see him. He was the hardest figure to get, and I got him. And I love this line. This is my favorite line of the year, without a doubt. I know we still have October, November, and December, and I love my Cosmic Legions figures. I love my Transformers, but there's just something about Masters of the Universe Origins in particular that just really hit a fix. Like I finally I have never gone this far into a line before and collected this much and stayed with a line. Like I kept up with updates when pre-orders went out, when stuff went out. I had Snake Mountain on pre-order from BBTS, but I canceled it and I got it from Amazon with my that was the last purchase with my old card. And feels like it feels poetic in that way. My first purchase from the toy department was a Mezco Batman, and the last person in that card was Masters of the Universe Origin Snake Mountain. So it really does feel like I've come full circle with that card and with toy department. Um, Overall, yeah, I know I have talked about doing individual reviews for these Origins figures, and I feel like now that I've done this, and now that I've gotten, you know, the final big three pieces of my collection out, I am going to leave it to you guys. Please let me know in the comments of this live stream and also in the live chat here if you're with us. Do you still want the reviews for all the figures? Because I'll do it. I just don't see a purpose anymore. There are so much better reviews out there now for every figure in this line. For all, I think, 115, 120 figures. I have 49, I believe. 48 or 49. So it's crazy to think about. I am missing 4 Sunmen figures, all the Snake Men, the 2000X versions of all the characters, and I think that's it. Oh, King Randor, Slamurai, the Skeleton Warriors I haven't gotten yet. So it really is just like, do I want to continue or not? And I feel like I'm good. I'm going to get the last 3 I need, and I'll be content. So, with that being said, you guys have been watching this story of Master since 2020, and you guys have always come back for these videos, and I appreciate it very, very, very much. You guys have really, come through with this series on my channel with the Master Universe Origin series and the playlist. And with that, I think Origins is done. We are at the end of this journey. It's crazy to say that quite straight. It's crazy to say that, but we've made it. We have successfully done it. And now I need to think of what I'm going to move on to next. I was going to be doing Transformers, but I'm just not feeling that anymore. Like, I'm satisfied with my collection of Transformers. Cosmic Legions, we're not done. I need to get 2 Sphexians and uh the big guy, and then I might be done with Cosmic. So then it becomes, what line do I start doing next? Do I start becoming that kind of collector where I just go for like one big piece, you know, every other month? Or do I save the money up and finally go in and buy the Lego UCS Millennium Falcon and let that be the big get for next year? I don't know. But this has been the finale to Power of Grayskull. This has been a 3-part. I like doing 3-part series when it comes to this stuff. I did say there'd be a winter haul. There still could being a winter haul, just depending. But oh, excuse me, this might be it. Um, and if that's the case, then this might be it for videos and live streams moving forward. I I love what I do with my brother over on our side of that, and I love what this community has brought me on YouTube. But I think it's time to move on to new space for me on this area of branding. And so, with that being said, starting the week of October 20th, I will now be converting over to live streaming video games. I will still be collecting. I'll let you guys know how the collecting is going, like whatever lines I decide to collect of moving forward. Obviously, let you guys know with a big haul for Cosmic Legions and when I get the final 3 for this. But there are so many games I want to play for you guys now, like that I have beaten, but I want to go back and play with you guys just to talk about them because I want to play through. My first game will be Spider-Man 2, and then we're going to be playing Resident Evil 4, and then we're going to be going back and I'm going to be playing the Mortal Kombat 1 campaign for you guys, and that's what I want to do. So this is the end of the RZ Jones 18 toy YouTube channel. However, the RZ Jones 18 gameplay video channel will be launching on October 21st with the first live stream to YouTube, which is where I'll be live streaming. I'm not going to do it through Twitch. I'll be live streaming to YouTube, and our first game will be Marvel's Spider-Man 2. That is where we'll be going. Thank you all very much for enjoying the journey of He-Man, of the Cosmic Legions, of Transformers. Thank you for being with me since RA Prime 15 days, where I announced and denounced so much crap. But this is where I want to go. Thank you all very much for watching, for subscribing. And until next time, may the power protect you. So I just watched Cosmic Fury today. Fantastic. And you have the power. Thank you all very much. This little dude will be with me for the final shot. Thank you all very much. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you all in Marvel's New York. Da, 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 da.